It is my sad duty to announce that the revolution in Colombia is officially over. On Sunday at 4 p.m. from the negotiations in Havana, Cuba, Timoleon Jimenez declared that there will be a definitive ceasefire between the government and FARC forces. That's right, the revolution is now officially over. It's been going on since the 1960s, and there's a very, very long history of the battles between the government and the revolutionary armed forces, but all of that is now over. Which means the decades of struggling have all been for a few small concessions. Essentially what we're seeing from the NPA right now. And this is part of a pattern of a larger problem that we're seeing right now. Cuba has turned revisionist. The NPA is looking to surrender for a few concessions. The CPI Maoists, not the CPI Maoists, the Communist Party in Nepal, is basically all of them are turning reactionary and giving up on armed struggle. This is a thing that's happening across the entire world. Revolutionary movements are laying down their arms and ceasing to fight. And this is very troubling, and it speaks very much to the problems that Marxist theory is facing right now in general. You know, it should not be too unexpected. I mean, Lenin did say sometimes there are decades where nothing happens. And then he says sometimes there are months where decades happen. Meaning sometimes nothing happens at all, and then sometimes, boom, it just happens all at once. And I think that's where we are right now, in the decades where nothing happens. How long that's been going on is still debatable, but it remains. Now the question is, what's going to happen to the remainder of the guerrillas that don't want to give up the fight? And not all of them want to surrender. Probably those that remain will probably just end up being drug traffickers, because there's, you know, a fair amount of people making money off of trafficking cocaine, and they're probably going to stay into that. They're probably, those who don't want to give up the struggle are probably going to go from guerrilla fighters against the government to just being cocaine traffickers. And in all likelihood, that's probably what's going to happen. And, you know, that's not going to go good for the war on drugs. Now there's going to be an even bigger, you know, moral outrage against drug trafficking, because now it won't even be run by a revolutionary movement trying to, you know, not run, but carried out by a revolutionary movement trying to liberate the country. There'll now be just literally just drug traffickers. And, you know, that's going to lead to a whole lot of other people being killed. But the important point here is how much things have degenerated. Things are falling apart, and revolutionary movements around the world are not doing very well. Thank you for watching. Want to go ahead, rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media. And if you want, you can head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can head over to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available.